ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
You've clicked on the Weather Xtreme video. I'm ABC 3340 meteorologist Brian Peters with you. And yeah, look behind me. It's kind of foggy up here on Mount Cheehaw, either foggy or low clouds. We could be in the clouds. This is the look from our sky cam just down the street a ways, and certainly a rather moist morning. On the surface map, we see a cold front headed our way, and that is going to be good because that is hopefully going to kick off showers and thunderstorms, although some of those could be strong today. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Here's the upper air chart, and you can see the 500 millibar trough swinging through the central plain states that will be swinging across the southeastern U.S. today and across our very deep moisture, our tropical moisture, and that should set off a good number of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. I think just about everybody ought to get wet, but it's going to be showery, which means probably not everybody will get wet, and we certainly won't get the same amounts of rain either. Here's the temperature map. It's still warm across the eastern half of the country, and of course very warm in the desert southwest. A little closer to home, you can see that dew points across central Alabama in the upper 60s. Temperatures generally in the lower 70s this morning. We expect those to climb into the mid and upper 80s this afternoon, although the low clouds this morning may inhibit heating just a little bit. Looking off to the northwest, though, some very nice mid-50 dew points in Missouri, and let's hope those get here. The QPF map pretty much tells it all, and most of this rain is going to come within the next 24 to 36 hours. So it looks like today is going to be pretty much it for most of central Alabama, and I do expect to see a general rain on the order of an inch or so. The Storm Prediction Center outlooking a large area of the eastern third of the country for slight risk, all the way from Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, all the way down through the mid-Atlantic states, down into North Georgia and northeastern Alabama. So I think the main threat will be damaging wind. I don't think we're going to see a significant hail threat today, but we'll see how the afternoon develops. Here's the 06Z GFS model run, and here's the 500 millibar trough this afternoon at 1 o'clock. And you can see the trough swinging through the lower Mississippi River Valley, and with it bringing a front and a large area of showers expected to develop. The front moves steadily through, and by tomorrow at midday, the GFS is forecasting the front and most of the weather to be south along the Gulf Coast, and that looks pretty good. On Tuesday, the 500 millibar trough begins to eject out pretty well, and we stay dry with that particular pattern. By Wednesday, the main westerlies are well to our north, but several things are happening. One, the GFS is keeping a rather open kind of troughiness across the southeastern U.S., and then look upstream to the northwest, and we have another short wave that's digging down into the flow, and that is expected to intensify once again the trough over the eastern half of the country. This is certainly a different solution than we saw yesterday. Wednesday looks like we'll be dry across the southeastern U.S., but there's that front developing up in the northern tier of the United States. The trough digs in and helps to reinforce the troughiness over the eastern half of the country on Thursday, and there's that front moseying our way on a rather steady pace. Looked yesterday like it might not reach us, but now it looks like by Friday moisture should be surging northward once again, and that brings us back to scattered showers on Friday with a front just to our north. By Saturday, a week from yesterday, the troughiness still existing, but the main westerly still well to our north, but that brings the front into the area on Saturday, and it looks like it could stall out, which means that next weekend could be rather wet as we head into the 5th and 6th. The 6th upper air pattern shows an open troughiness over the southeastern U.S. So certainly the possibility that we may remain in a showery pattern, and of course the GFS is showing that at the surface. All right, let's go ahead out a little further, and let's go to the 14th. And no heat showing up until you get to the end of the cycle of the GFS. And, of course, we're way out into voodoo land. This is the 14th of July, and certainly a very large ridge over the southern two-thirds of the United States, and that translates, of course, to showers. And interesting also, it looks like the GFS is beginning to show some action in the Atlantic. That, of course, is in voodoo also, so we'll be watching that. Want to thank you so much for staying tuned to ABC 3340 and our Weather Xtreme video. Hope that you have a great Sunday and a great upcoming week. James should be back with the next one tomorrow morning. In the meantime, I hope you have a great Sunday, and God bless.